Hello, everyone, and welcome to Author's Excerpt Sunday. Today's special guest is Tasha Moneek. She is a first-time author, and the title of her book is I Am Healed. Let's welcome Tasha Moneek to the author world with listening to her debut interview. So, I want to say that her book comes out June the 25th, 2021, entitled I Am Healed. Let's go out and support this new author in her new endeavor as a first-time author. I want to get into this interview, so sit back, relax, and just listen with an open heart. And let's support her on her day of the book release, which is June the 25th, 2021, with I Am Healed. It is available on Amazon for pre-order, so get it. All right, now let's get into this interview with Tasha Moneek. Hello. Hi. Hello, and welcome to Author's Excerpt Sunday, where today we have special guest Tasha Moneek. How are you doing today, Miss Tasha?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. So, I want to do an introduction of you before we get started with our interview.
Okay.
Miss Tasha Moneek is a mom of three, an advocate for women, and an author. The Solano County native is passionate about encouraging women to address their trauma and take the necessary steps to properly heal their emotional wounds. In her debut book, y'all, her debut book now. This is her first. This is your very first published intellectual property.
Yes.
Correct. The book is entitled I Am Healed. Tasha transparently shares the journey she took as she maneuvered through life's hardships and adjusted to being a single mother and courageously released her past baggage. Her hope is for women to find their own courage, to embrace transformation and a fresh start. She plans to use her platform to inspire other women who are having a cocoon experience to remain encouraged and continue growing into the butterfly that she's intended to be. When it comes to trauma, hardships, single motherhood, and grief, Tasha Moneek is all too familiar with these experiences. In her debut book, I Am Healed, she taps into her courage and fearlessness, shares her story about growing up with drug-addicted parents, becoming a single mother, healing her childhood wounds, and finding her voice. By sharing her story, Tasha wants young women to know that no matter what life throws at them, they can make it with a few bumps and bruises, of course, but they eventually come out shining. So, hello, Miss Tasha. How are you doing? Doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I thank you for coming on Author's Excerpt Sunday. And let's talk about your first debut novel. So, can you give us what propelled you to write this book?
I've always been told that I should write a book based on my life since I was a little girl, but at that age I wasn't ready. And then when I decided I wanted to pretty much deal with my traumas from my past and learn to let them go instead of letting them keep replaying in my head and over. I'm like, you know what? A better way to do it is just to go ahead and write the book. So that's what made me just, once I knew that I was ready to address those issues, then I knew that I was ready to write my book.
Okay. So, Miss Tasha, what area are you from? What area do you live in?
I live in Texas, but I'm from California, from Vallejo, California.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
And give us a little background where about your childhood, if you may, if you can.
Mm-hmm. Well, my father was in the military, and I was born in Fairfield, California, but my mother lived in Vallejo, California, and then I ended up moving back to Fairfield in my teenage years, and then I ended up moving to Texas as I became an adult after I
Yes,
had my second son. So I
yes.
just moved to, well, not just, I've been in Texas since 2006, but I've been born and raised in California.
Okay, okay. So I see that you've dealt with the unsurmountable issues that us as women deal with while growing up and becoming teenagers and adults. And how did how did the trauma part develop you as a person?
I would say it made me have my guard up a lot of the times. I didn't really trust a lot of people because of the
Hmm.
traumas that I went through.
Hmm.
It made me very protective of my own children once I did start having children. I
Hmm.
always said that I wouldn't allow certain things that I went through
Yes.
be affected by my children because I know how it feels. Like it hurts. I know how it feels to feel lonely. And I just said I would try my best to do everything that I can. Not saying that I'm a perfect mother, but I tried to shield them from some of the things that I went through as a child.
Yes. Um, I know how daddy is as a traumatized child myself.
Right.
So my thing is that you everybody deals with their trauma in different ways.
Mhm.
And I know me when I was traumatized as a child, I started rebelling.
Mhm.
I started rebelling, doing stuff my grandparents didn't want me to do. Oh, you're sneaking out and you're hanging out with people and you're getting drunk and you're doing drugs and things like that. And then it's like sometimes us as we're not dealing with our trauma, we still keep doing that until we're adults.
Yep.
And even though we have children, we still do it the as parents. And then we realize you have to make that change within yourself. You have to come to you have to do a self-evaluation.
Okay.
That self-evaluation because you be like, I keep going on this merry-go-round and
Mhm.
I'm tired of this going on this merry-go-round or in this circle. And then you realize you have to, in your evaluation, you realize you want to change all this. You want to change these things for the better
Mhm.
because you don't want to keep doing the same cycle as your parents were doing.
Right.
And or they, as you saw as an example of your parents. And sometimes during that course of life, during that evaluation time, you be like, man,
Mhm.
was I really like that? Or and then you be like, okay, it's something got to change here, and I want something different, and I know I can do something different. And then you start working on you, and then you, along with your working on you, you eventually say, okay, well, let me show my child I can do something different besides what they normally are seeing, in their life. So how did you come to that place where you started what made you want to change your lifestyle?
I was tired of being holding so many feelings in and tired of being angry all the time. Like just not happy within myself, actually.
Yeah.
Like I would
Hmm.
smile and people would see the smile, so they would think, oh, yes, she's fine. But deep down inside, I wasn't happy at all. And I
Hmm.
remember before my 40th birthday, I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting any younger. Like, and only in order for me to change how I'm feeling, I have to work on me. I have to address those things that I basically put in the back of my head in the box and tied it up. Like I gotta open it and
Yeah.
address them and deal with them, because by me keeping them in that box, I'm not doing nothing but hurting myself. So I
Yeah.
just was like, you know what? I'm tired. Like I'm tired of not being happy. Like if I keep going like this, I'm gonna die an unhappy woman. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to have to, grow up and be like, my mom was never happy, or she was always upset when she came home. Like that feeling, don't people think like, oh, it's okay, but it does not feel good at all. Even with
Mhm.
I don't see how people can. Well, I can't say I don't see, because I've dealt with it, but at some point you got to be like, you know what? It's time to fix. You have to fix yourself, and the only person that can fix you is you.
Yeah. True. True that. True that. So, when did you sit down and start putting pen to paper about your book?
I did a 90-day writing challenge with two other women last year in November, and we did the writing challenge in November, and we finished in December.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, is it all that you expected to be? That you might have had a concept about what an author is? Is it what you expected? Is it how can I say? Did a lot of things has it changed your viewpoint of being an author? You know,
Yes.
has okay.
An author is basically like having a full-time job. It's a lot of work. Now, when I see people that write, I'm like, oh my God, I take my hat off to you. I think in my head before I started writing, I was like, oh, it's probably easy. They just write and it's done. But no, it's a lot
Mhm.
of work. It's a lot of work with writing.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And
But it's
then
exciting. It's so
mhm,
exciting.
yes, yeah. Um, so get so what is the purpose of your book?
The purpose of my book is to share some of my childhood experiences to other people, so that way they can, get out the shell of maybe feeling like they're the only ones who went through something. They can see that there's other people out there just like them that experienced some things that didn't allow their background to be a product of their environment. Like you can change, even though it might not have happened then, it's never too
Mhm.
late to change. I mean, as long as you're alive and breathing, you can change. You could change today or tomorrow, whatever day you're here, but it's never too late to change as long as you're breathing.
Okay, all right. And when does the book come out, and where can we purchase it?
Okay. It comes out June 25th, and you can purchase it on Amazon, or you can go to my website at tashamoneek.com to make the order for the ebook or the hardback copy.
Okay, and how much are each?
The ebook is $9.99 and the hard copy is $14.99.
Okay, all right. And where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 or 20 years?
At different women's empowerment speaking events, maybe drug and rehab, alcohol rehab programs where I can go and speak to mothers with children there, or young adult kids, just maybe just being a speaking empowerment woman.
Okay, okay. And do you see yourself writing more books in the future?
I do. I do.
Okay, so are you currently working on a book?
No, I'm still working on my current book.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
not on it, but branding it and getting it out there to other
Oh,
people.
okay. All right. So, Miss Tasha, it has been a pleasure meeting you, to
Thank you.
having this discussion with you, and I will be purchasing it.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'm gonna go purchase it right now. I'm gonna go
Okay.
purchase it pre-order. I'm gonna pre-order, and I greatly appreciate you coming on Author's Excerpt Sunday.
Okay.
And let's see, I just want to let you know that never give up on your dreams. Whenever you have a thought from God, let Him speak through you, and let Him speak through you on the paper.
Okay.
When God give you like sometimes God, I could be asleep, I
Mm.
could be really asleep, and this idea just pop in my head. Oh, I should do this, or like God gave me the vision for I turning my book into a audio book. So
Mhm.
now that's what I'm working on. and take it step by step. And when God speaks to you, record it or write it down. And because he's giving you that vision for things you can do in the future that will benefit you.
Okay.
Okay. And I thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
for
in
having
today.
me.
And I hope you feel better, baby.
I know.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. You
All
have a
right.
blessed evening.
You too.
Bye,
Thank
baby.
you.
All right. You
Bye-bye.
have a nice night. Bye bye. All right, everyone. It has been a pleasure speaking with this guest right here, Tasha Moneek. First time published author of I Am Healed. Her book is available June the 25th, 2021. You can order it now for pre-order. Did you know that? Hey, we got to jump on that, okay? So, I want to thank you, Tasha Moneek, for coming in today and talking with us on Authors Excerpt Sunday. And I want to convey to all authors that if you need exposure for your book, please come see me, okay? And I'm here, and I want to help you with exposure for your book. It has been a pleasure today. It's been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure. Now, for the authors that do want to come on this show, you can reach me, Sharice Johnson Moore, at snjmoore71@outlook.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram, Sharice Johnson Moore, Twitter, Sharice J Moore, or you can reach out to me on Facebook, Sharice Johnson Moore too. I would love to have you on my program. Okay? Drop a line and we'll talk later. Okay? I love everyone that has listened to today's episode. I thank you for your love and support. And come back now, you hear.